Hello everyone, I'm Tara Omari from the 10 Act Like You and B112 class, introducing the Altria Theater as my chosen place for the Multimodel project. I choose this place because I see that the Altria Theater's location, where it's located in the center of the VZU's campus, and its history, which had many stories of transformations, are so important. It's a place that can be classified as a cross-hatched area because of its location and history that I will talk about more in this video. I chose to come up with my own form for this project as making a movie combining videos, an interview, images, sounds, time lapse, and background talking. I came up with this, let's say, unique form for because this place is unique and specifically a place of art, so I should introduce it in an appropriate way as much as I can. Altria Theater in Richmond is a theater at the southwest corner of Monroe Park, on Main and Laurel Streets, in front of the Main Street parking deck and next to VCU's Student Commons. It is classified to be the largest venue of Richmond Center's performing arts complex. It was formerly known as the Mosque in the 1920s and then the Landmark Theater in the 1950s before it was named the Altria Theater in 2014.
Altria Theater is a 3,600 seat theater. It's an entertainment facility owned by the city of Richmond. It was built in 1927, and the purpose of the theater is to bring entertainment attractions from all over the world here, so to attract Richmonders and the surrounding area to come here and watch events.
And what was it before?
It's always been a theater, but it was built by the Shriners in 1927, and they used it for their purposes, for meetings and some entertainment events. But it went in disrepair and it was lost, and they owe taxes on the building, so it was turned over to the city. Altria Theater came on board when we took it over.
Yes.
Because what Altria, the company, did was donate $10 million towards the construction and renovation of the building, because the building was in disrepair. It was really in terrible shape.
The Shriners call this place the mosque when it's not, and it's not like a place for worshiping. They use it for entertainment and all of that.
I think I agree with you. It's a very strange name to use when you're not a mosque. But I think their reasoning back in 1927, many aspects of the building, the architecture, is very similar to some mosques. Not that that justifies. I thought it was really strange it was named this mosque as well, because how would you name it that? But they did, and I don't know what was in their head, but I'm trying to kind of reason with that and why. And I think back then that was the reason why, because some of the architecture, like the turrets, some of the tile work was, I think, Moroccan.
Who do you think pays more attention to this place? Like VCU students, as they this place is on the campus, or Richmond citizens, or maybe citizens of VA or the US, let's say, in general?
I think it's multiple who walk by, notice events that might be of interest to them or their family or their friends. And when we do our advertising, we reach out to the entire, not only Richmond community, but like I said, about 100-mile radius that we are advertising in.
How is the relationship among the Altria Theater, the Shriners, VCU students, and the Richmond citizens?
The relationship between Altria Theater and the Shriner is non-existent. Because the building changed hands with the city back in, I think, the 50s or 60s.
Yeah, it was in the 50s.
I have no relationship with the Shriners. My relationship with VCU is impeccable. We have a great relationship.
Okay.
We work together on Monroe Park, the renovation. We work together on doing events here. You know, the people with VCU and I get along just fine. I think people get preoccupied. I think historic buildings are so incredibly important. And I can tell you that in Europe, in the Middle East, these buildings are the country's jewels. They are our history, they're our culture. And, you know, we have a building in 1927. You go to Italy, you have a building in 1127. You know, it's so incredibly to me that we don't, stop and look. I think it's sad, actually.